The Pacific Ocean, the world's greatest span of water, more than twice the size of the Atlantic. Once a hazard to be feared, now a waterway for smooth, luxurious travel. From the rocky shores of the North American continent to the softly caressing breakers of Hawaii and to the Fiji Islands, and onward again to the wide beaches of Australasia. Grouse Mountain, the westward extremity of the Rockies. And below, making ready in Vancouver Harbor, a noble ship, Orsover of the Orient Line. Truly a noble ship, British built, operated by a British line that learnt seafaring in the great days of the Clippers. British experience and skill, thorough, steady British seamanship. Here on the heights above Vancouver, it's winter, the sparkling snows of Canada. Here the Pacific Ocean touches upon the gay frolics of winter sport. And beneath the snow line, the great Lions Gate in Vancouver Harbor, Canada's gateway to the Pacific. The Pacific. What a mystery it held for the old West Coast Indians who left behind them such totem poles as these. Men familiar with the icy patterns of winter, but who never dreamt of a great capital city down there on the waterfront, where the Orsover, ready to put to sea, today awaits her passengers. Of the 1,500 passengers she can take, there are none more excited today in Vancouver than the Stewart family. The taxi is here at last for the start of the trip that Father has been promising for so long. The high adventure of crossing the Pacific. An adventure in good living. A vacation that will never be forgotten. But first, the farewells. And a word for poor old Spot, whose warm breath hangs on the winter air. No cruise for him. All aboard, gangways away. A long last look at home. Their last glimpse of winter. The adventure into stimulating travel is beginning. That first night at sea, so smooth, so restful, so safe. Safety is in the right hands. While our passengers sleep after the excitements of the day in their cabins below, these men keep watch. Here on the bridge are the eyes, the ears, the sensitive brain of this great modern 29,000-ton vessel steaming into the Pacific night with some 2,000 souls on board, passengers and crew. Tried men, these, men with all the hereditary skill of British seamanship. Conscientious men, unsparing in their service. A service day and night that never rests. A service which makes sure, too, of every up-to-the-minute device that aids 20th century navigation. Safety in experienced hands. And effortlessly, punctually, comes the arrival of the first port of call. Just 40 hours out from Vancouver and right on schedule, we're berthed in the port of San Francisco. And in San Francisco, that glamorous, fabulous city, 36 hours ashore. What a port of call for our passengers. First, Union Square, the shopping center. The steep city that insists upon keeping its antique cable cars in spite of all the wealth and material progress which this great United States Pacific community enjoys. The cable cars, which seem to belong to the glory and turmoil of the past, live on as part of the turbulent glory of the present. Yacht Harbor, where the wealthy spend their leisure. And beyond, a glimpse of the somber side of life. Alcatraz Island, with the forbidding walls of its world-renowned prison, where leisure is enforced. Chinatown in San Francisco is not to be missed. The largest single Chinese community outside Asia, here. A city within a city. The dances, the customs, the firecrackers of old China in the midst of one of the world's most modern cities. And of course, the food of the Orient in all its abundance and strangeness. Fisherman's Wharf, where you'll find the Italian community, and a fleet which from November to August heads out into the Pacific for deep-sea fruits and shellfish. Here, ocean produce comes immediately to market. Here, you take your choice, but it's not always wise to choose to shake hands. Nightfall in San Francisco. Nightfall that is balmy and warm and exciting. Nightlife to which every nation makes its gay contribution. Let's enjoy this night ashore to the full. For tomorrow, we have another date with the Pacific.
Here is an announcement. Corsair will sail at 12 midday.
And now from San Francisco's Mark Hopkins Hotel come American passengers to join us. Dr. Foster, who is a professor of biology in an American university, is taking a study trip to New Zealand. And Mr. Kane is not a weightlifter, but an executive on a serious business mission. Although they're not on vacation, they will join the holiday mood of the voyage. It's work that takes them to join the Orsova in San Francisco, but it's pleasure that will invite them to relax on this journey. They set off beneath one of the world's wonders, this vast Golden Gate Bridge, with a center span of 4,200 feet, which took 4 years to build and is the greatest suspension bridge in the world. With the fabulous city of San Francisco astern, we sail into the splendid relaxation of the Pacific summer. Some of us traveling together, and some of us alone, but not alone for long. For the Stewart family, winter is now forgotten. They have found their sea legs and feel entitled to lie about. Nor has it taken long for our men with a mission to find their sea legs and to start relaxing the energetic way. Nor has it taken long for Derek and Susan, who were traveling alone, to discover that two is company. The leisurely life, like that of a gay vacation hotel at a beach resort, except that the resort is doing some 22 knots across the Pacific Ocean. Plenty of space for everyone to follow their bent, to be energetic or just to be relaxed before the next port of call. Honolulu. The Hawaiians come aboard with their customary greeting, with their fragrant welcome garlands called leis. Hawaii is the home of the hula dance, in which every movement means a powerful lot. And ashore in Honolulu, you just let yourself fall into the easygoing rhythm of Polynesian life. And you enjoy one of the world's most famous waterfronts, Waikiki Beach, where the water remains at about 78 degrees Fahrenheit, or, to put it more plainly, irresistibly warm. This never-to-be-forgotten pause in Hawaii. And as if the Pacific Ocean were not enough, a hotel swimming pool to linger in the memory. "70% of the world's supplies of pineapple comes from these islands. Not, alas, decorated as sumptuously as this one. The Orsova takes the best of the local products that can be obtained, restocking with luscious pineapple whenever she calls at Honolulu. And who can blame her? Ever paused to wonder how the living soul of a great ship like this is sustained? Well, here is a staff commander's routine daily conference, in which every detail of the passengers' well-being aboard this great ship is worked out. The purser is here, together with those in charge of the ship's entertainment. One result of their deliberations is the Good Morning news sheet, which Mrs. Stewart receives with her breakfast in bed. The news of the outside world and what is doing aboard the ship. What's doing? For our American passengers, it's a stroll. For the many children on board, there are fun and games in complete safety in expert hands. You may keep your children with you, of course, but plenty of children prefer this life on their own. Naturally, the ship's swimming pool is the center of attraction. There's no real need in this climate to feel the water before you plunge in. Or shall we, right here in mid-Pacific, go shopping and find a purchase worthy of Bond Street or Fifth Avenue? Good advice on reading. But for writing in the Red Gallery Lounge, no advice is needed, only quiet. For something more sociable, the tavern bar, with here and there the homely touch of an English inn, but with a sophisticated taste in drinks. The captain's thoughts are elsewhere. There is land ahead, the Fiji Islands, one of the discoveries of Captain Bligh of the Bounty. Fiji, hundreds of islands spread over 100,000 square miles of the Pacific. Islands of happiness, friendliness, and graceful living. Here at Suva, the metropolis of the South Pacific, we soon enter into the joys of Fijian life. Not least the Fijian feast, so delicate to see, so exotic to taste. A brief spell ashore, but an unforgettable experience of sun and happiness and music. And then the dignified ceremonial of a Fijian farewell as the Orsovo pulls away to resume her voyage to New Zealand. And decks, remember, are not just built for games and dancing, for sunbathing and swimming. These men of the Orient Line go about their sturdy tasks which are needed to keep their vessel in trim as she puts to sea. The bosun, the deckhands, and the chief officer, all of them watchful and alert. In their safe hands now, she heads for New Zealand and Australia. A restaurant as well as a dining room. A restaurant where you can entertain new friends at leisure, choosing your own table and your own food with the chef's special handicraft to delight you. Now the men on deck prepare for the arrival in New Zealand, and we enter Waitemata Harbor, a Maori name meaning sea of sparkling waters. Everyone who comes to Auckland, New Zealand wants to visit the famous geysers, and passengers can take advantage of the coach laid on by the Orient Line for sightseeing in the thermal region. At Rotorua, more than 900 feet above sea level, the world-famous geysers fill the air with wonder. Maori women act as guides, and none more famous than Rangi, who was seen on cinema screens throughout the world conducting Queen Elizabeth through Rotorua Park. The place of absorbing interest, not only for the steam blown off by nature, but for the bubbling mud. And for the constant hot water in the open-air pools, which cuts down laundry bills in these parts. For the Orsova passengers, this quick but memorable trip by New Zealand mountain roads. For by evening, we're back on board, setting course towards Sydney. The last leg of the voyage, the last few precious days of vacation. Some are expert at deck games. Some are expert at sleeping between meals. Some are working up an appetite. A good many have managed to brush up their bridge. In the tavern, he's shaking the last of the drinks. And some are drinking to many happy memories. Happy memories. Memories which perhaps will not come to an end with the last dance on board the Orsova. That last evening on board, remember? Of course, it'll never be forgotten. With the morning, the massive span of Sydney Harbour Bridge and a berth in one of the world's superb natural harbours. The greatest pleasure of all, that of arriving, the end of an adventure which was for the Stewart family a safe, restful, stimulating vacation. And the Orsova, we leave her now as we found her, elegant and snug and trim. She will linger here in Sydney, but not for long. Her destiny lies onward again towards England. A lovely ship with a steady purpose and a sense of service fulfilled.